Hello everyone, just wanted to share a quick story of something that happened to me this week because it's kind of scary because it hasn't happened to me before. So, Facebook, this is dedicated to you. So, on Facebook this week there was a story that showed up in my feed that, it's a strange term, feed. It's like we're being fed things that they want us to, you know what I mean? It's a strange way of putting that. We're feeding you stuff. Yeah. Probably stuff we don't want in our heads. Anyway, I digress. So on Facebook this week, in my feed, there was a story about a female rapper, R&B, psychotic looking chick that said that all Trump supporters should burn. I don't know who she is. I don't care. I wouldn't listen to her no matter what anyway, because I think female rappers are terrible. Not much better than the male rappers. And I just thought, what a horrible thing to think. What a horrible thing to say. And stuff, because you know what, I'm a Trump supporter now. I wasn't always, but I voted for him this time. Didn't vote for him the first time. And as much as I despise Joe Biden and most of the Democrats in Congress and stuff, the evil psychos that they are, I don't wish any ill on people who wanted to vote for Joe Biden. You know, they have their reasons, whatever they are. You know, they've always wanted an Alzheimer's patient in as our president. I don't know. Anyway, they see something in him though. And I don't fault them for that. I don't hate them. I don't agree with their choice and what they want to do. I told my wife the other day that I feel like I'm actually living in the Matrix. And then that as time goes on, that movie becomes more and more relevant. Now, not the sequels, but the original. Where Morpheus is explaining to Neo how things work in the Matrix. And they're walking along the street. That you look down the street and what do you see? Average everyday people going about their lives. But these people are the system is the enemy. But these people are so inane, so hopelessly dependent upon the system that they would even fight to protect it. A system that enslaves them and rules their life. They just don't know it because they can't see the control. It's happened slowly over time, or they were born into it. And that those people are the enemy because they fight for the system. Now, they're unwilling enemies because they don't know what they're a part of, really. And that's the sad part, is that they are kind of lulled into being the enemy. But I felt very much like that, like I'm one of the few people that actually see that we're in a matrix, that we're being, misled and fed false information, and I don't know. It's just bizarre, and that there's so many people out there that are so dependent upon the system now that they're just a part of it, and that they'd actually fight for their own enslavement. It's strange. But anyway, so this Facebook thing, I commented back on this story because I just thought, what a horrible thing that's just twisted. Burning people because they support somebody you don't like, okay? So I put in a quote from one of the Hunger Games films, books, whichever. I think it was Catching Fire. When Katniss Everdeen looks at the camera after the bombing of the hospital, and she points to the symbol of Pan Am that's burning on the side of a building. And she says, you know, fire is catching. If we burn, you burn with us. And I thought, wow, that's you know, and I thought, what an apt thing to say as a warning to people who think like this, that don't play with fire, that, you know, don't start fires, because more often than not, you will be consumed by the very fire you started. In other words, you shouldn't be feeling that way about me. You shouldn't want to burn anybody. And that was the point of me saying that. It wasn't a threat, it wasn't an escalation, it wasn't anything. But my comment got flagged by Facebook as being against their community standards. So, all right, Facebook, so let me get this straight. You guys don't let a story be put on your site telling people to burn Trump supporters or wishing that Trump supporters would burn. But if somebody comments back in a warning kind of way saying, don't do that, don't think like that, because more often than not, while you're trying to burn these people, they're not going to stand there and take it. They're going to fight back. And so maybe you shouldn't talk like that. Maybe you shouldn't be that psychotic on Facebook. And that was my warning. Now, maybe I should have put, this is a quote by Candace Everdeen. But yeah, silly me. I thought I had freedom of speech and that I could say what I wanted. Well, not on Facebook. I mean, I've been hearing this for a while, and I've seen them qualify posts that I put in, you know, because, you know, so I'm going to say this. That Joe Biden stole the election. The Democrats stole this last election. Now, because I say that in this video, there'll probably be a disclaimer down here along the bottom of my video saying, this information is partially misleading as determined by independent Democrat operative fact check. I mean, just independent fact checkers. So, if Facebook wants to quantify and qualify my statements by independently fact-checking stuff, they're not independent at all. They go to groups that are specifically backing up whatever political point of view theirs is, liberal, progressive, communist, socialist. It's just bizarre. So anyway, I disputed this decision. I'm like, you completely took my comment out of context. One, it's a movie quote. Two, it's just a warning to be careful about what you're starting, and you know, and telling people, hey, don't threaten to burn people. Something should be self-evident. As Americans, we should be talking about burning each other and destroying each other and retribution and none of that stuff. And then I got a message back just yesterday. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we don't have the people in place to truly be able to, you know, allow you to dispute this claim. So our original decision stands. So wait. So you had people enough, or you programmed your algorithms enough to go after my comment, flag my comment, delete my comment, and prevent it from being seen. But now that I've said, hey, you're full of crap, you misunderstood what I meant, well, now we just don't have the people to I mean, we're so busy here at Facebook. We don't have the time to allow you to defend your freedom of speech, you petty little Trump supporter. So, apparently Facebook thinks that all Trump supporters should burn too. And don't try and stop it. And don't try and make comments that say that that's not a good idea. Because it is. We, Facebook, say so. Now I'm sure my video is going to get taken down. and deleted because, God forbid, anybody have freedom of speech on a public platform that's not an editorial board and stuff like that. It is not supposed to be a publisher. It's just supposed to be a platform. But hey, Congress and nobody else wants to, kick these people in the nads and make them behave the way the law says that they should make them. Because, laws are for us, the plebiscites. I mean, the laws are not for them. That's okay, Facebook, because this is also going on YouTube. But they'll also probably try to delete it and flag it and say that I'm inciting something, whatever. But, that's okay because I'm starting to move my account to Parler. So eventually I'm going to get off Facebook because I believe in freedom of speech and I don't believe in independent fact checkers verifying my thoughts. I don't need thought police. Thank you very much. Just everybody be aware. Sorry, this video is a little bit long, but this is scary. This is scary stuff, and this is the first time it's happened to me. I mean, other than like what I said, where they try and tell people below my videos, this is independently fact-checked wrong. Anyway, so I've started looking around for different platforms, everybody, because yeah, freedom of speech is not free on some of these platforms anymore. And they don't care about it. They don't care about you. They only care that you follow the narrative and believe what they tell you to believe. So I know I've been away from my YouTube channel and stuff for a while, and I'm going to start trying to get back in and doing more. Mainly when I'm on the road like this, because I have time on my hands where I can actually talk about stuff and things. And I'm going to be coming back with a vengeance because silence isn't good. Silence is a bad thing for freedom of speech. And I'm going to start speaking out again about what's going on, and you're going to see a whole different side of me than you've seen before, because I'm going to stop editing myself. I've always said what I believe true is the speaker for the dead, but now you're going to see a whole new. Now you're going to see the unedited version, because I'm tired of trying to play nice. And yeah, it's time to just get in the trenches and fight back against this tyranny of big tech and government and everybody else that's colluding to take away our freedoms. So anyway, don't know if it'll do any good, but I'm going to do my best. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.